So this whole time my receiver for my wireless mic has been turned off. That was a big oops. Oh my. Now, do I even repeat anything that I said? Thanks for letting me know, because I would have went that whole time thinking there was sound. Oh, that's funny. Well, that was a wasted 5 or so, 10 minutes of getting the fire started, but oh well. It's actually really taking off good now. Thanks, man. I did a little quick live stream earlier when I was driving, and I got a comment, and then I don't think it leaves the comments when it re-uploads the live stream. I don't think you can see the comments, which is kind of annoying because when I'm talking, responding to the comments, it doesn't make sense after it's re-uploaded and you can't see them. But now I'm just going to be annoyed at the fact that there was no audio for so long. Oh well. This is the testing phase of live streaming, I guess. I don't know how you say the username, but Plarchert, I think. If you're the one doing the heart thing, you don't really have to continually do that. Thank you, though. I'm sure it helps some sort of algorithmic thing with these videos, but thanks for what you've done so far. This is actually pretty fun. That's what I was saying earlier. It was really fun sitting outside during a snowstorm and just watching the snow fall. And it looks really pretty on all the pine trees and everything. I don't know. I've never done it before, so it's pretty fun. Yo, back to you. Well, I think our fire caught to all the logs really well. These were actually covered up by a tarp, had a bunch of snow on them, so these were pretty dry. So that's the only reason it's really going good. No, I'm not from Canada. I'm in Indiana. I am on the state line of Indiana, Illinois, about halfway up. So that's what I was talking about earlier, that you were commenting about the weather, and this is our second snow of the season, and we really don't, so far since we lived here, this is I think our third winter that we've lived here now, and you're pretty much set on about one or two good snowfalls a season. So Indiana has Interstate 70 that runs across the whole state. It goes from Terre Haute to Indianapolis over into Ohio. And there's this thing, and it kind of splits the state in half horizontally. And it's pretty much if you're above Interstate 70, for some reason you get more chances of snow, usually more snow. And we are south of that, so I don't know. I wish we got more snow, but I'm thankful for what we get. I'm starting to wonder if I'll need to kind of close these logs in together a little more. I'm not sure, because it's got good airflow right now. So I don't know if you can hear. I'll try to get it. You can hear the sizzling of what moisture there was. On these there still is. They're sizzling out a bunch of moisture or sap or something. It's starting to not look so great on camera, it looks like. I'm afraid if I readjust it, I'll just make the whole thing go out. I'm actually getting pretty warm and almost want to take off some layers, but then I'm just going to get soaked. Because what I'm wearing on the outside right now is waterproof. Oh, that smoke got in my face. Southern New Mexico. Yeah, I don't know that I would expect Southern New Mexico to get much snow, which I haven't been out west much. So as far as New Mexico, I don't know how mountainous it is. I'm sure if you're saying that up north gets down -10, I'm sure that's in the mountains. So I have lived in Florida. 15 years of my life I lived in Florida a couple different times. And yeah, I was always jealous to watch snow videos of other people that were getting it. Well, I'm kind of in the same boat of less than 3 inches. I think the last time they got a huge snow here was about 10 years ago. Because we were talking about that with some family, that it was like 2012 or something. They got a big snow, probably over 6 inches or so, maybe close to a foot, something like that. And they said, before we moved here, they said it hadn't been very big since then. And since we lived here, it still hasn't been very big. But you're from New Mexico, so I have technically been to New Mexico. I went to Four Corners. So Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, Nevada. But our main trip was in Colorado. I've been out to Colorado twice. First time was a family vacation, and second time was my wife and I's honeymoon. Love to go back there because it's beautiful out west. But one of these days we'll probably take a trip back out there. Probably with our daughter that is not born yet. Once she gets old enough, maybe take a family trip. Well, now we're getting a little smoky. I don't know, I might need to adjust these a little bit. So I got this handy little tong set that was actually sent to me to do a video about them. And I will say that they are quite handy because you can just grab these pieces of wood quite easily. Well, that one fell down. Let's get that. The middle was lacking some wood, and I think that's why it started to die down. See how that caught up all of a sudden? That was the whole issue. Oop, starting to fall. It might be a little better. Yeah, that's looking a little better on camera. I think the snow is starting to slightly slow down. It's only supposed to snow till like, let's see, it's just past almost 5:15 here, and I think it's supposed to go to about 7. So it might be getting to a point of starting to slow down before it ends. I'll probably just let this burn till it goes out. Keep it going as long as I can. And it's been going for almost 25 minutes. Technically, this channel, the Fix Finder channel, started in 2019, I think I saw that I started the channel, but I didn't really do much with it. I was doing a few projects here and there. That was when we were living in Florida, and unless you're rich, when you live in Florida, you are packed in like sardines. So we had this tiny little lot, not much space for, and not a big shed or anything for doing projects and stuff. And so I didn't do much with the channel at that point, and started doing a lot more after we moved up here, which was the fall of 2021. Fall of 2021 we moved up here and started doing more videos, and happened to, a few videos in, happened to do the video on this fire pit, which went crazy and grew subscribers really quick. And then I did a YouTube short about changing oil, which that's pretty much what my channel's been split on. Long form video of the fire pit was about 10,000 subscribers, and then the YouTube short I did on changing oil was probably another 10,000 subscribers, and it really hadn't grown much since then. That's probably been close to a year or something, maybe more than a year now. And I hadn't really grown that much, so. But it is what it is, and I'm just having fun making videos of home projects. And so I guess to answer the question, it's actually 2019 20, 21, 22, 23. So this is going on 5 years for this channel, I guess. So there's that little tidbit of history for it. Well, thanks for giving me some watch hours. Whoever the was 4 people, now it's 6. So yeah, thanks for giving me the watch hours you're giving me. That's pretty cool. Well, we're getting really smoky again. And I don't know if it's because the wood's just slightly wet or what. Maybe I just am not giving it enough air. Let's try that. So since you're asking me questions, I'll ask you, what's your favorite type of video from my channel that you have seen, or what type of videos do you guys like? Not that I will cater to everyone's answer, because pretty much what's going on with what has happened with my channel is all the videos I've done is just stuff that I wanted to do anyways. So any of the little projects that I've done, I've just videoed what we were going to do anyways. So that's why that's why the videos are there that are there. But at some point, right now I'm working on our shed, which is that shed back there. Right now I'm working on getting that all framed in, and I'm going to be running electric all through it, and I will be insulating it and everything, have it heated and cooled. So once that happens in there, I will probably have a lot more projects that I'm doing inside there, and maybe do more live streams of stuff, with just a simple build or something. I don't know. I'm open to pretty much anything with the DIY field of videos. Oh, cool. Well, I guess maybe I need to start doing live view more often, or live stream more often, because if that brought some new viewers to the channel, that's neat. So, well, thanks for sticking around as long as you have. That's pretty cool. I guess maybe I should start doing these live streams more often. Yeah, when you go check it out, I mean, it's not just a grand and glorious channel yet. It's just having fun with making, I think the snow is getting a little heavier again. But just having fun with making videos, and if you want to comment on different video editing styles, I've done kind of a different, that is popping really loud. I've done different editing styles on a few different videos, and if you watch the one that I put a lot of effort into, which pretty much flopped, like the viewership on it was terrible, was the build of our patio. And I put a lot of effort into the intro of that and everything. And so obviously that didn't make a difference. But if you want to watch that patio build, let me know what you think of that editing style that I did on it. The most fun making. I don't know, maybe my, either the patio or the fire pit, or in my channel trailer. If you go to like the main page on my channel, it's just a preview of a bunch of different stuff. And in there, I'm doing some welding. And that welding footage is from when I was still living in Florida, right before we moved. I had my buddy come film me. Because both of us have done a lot of filming work together. And I had him come get some footage of me at where I had actually worked at the time. And I was welding. And so there's some welding shots in that channel trailer. That was pretty fun to do, getting to see like slow-mo of all the, grinding sparks and welding and everything. But I don't know. For the main videos, I would say the patio or the fire pit. Probably the fire pit. I was really excited to make the fire pit. So that's probably the best answer on my favorite video that I've done. Like before we even moved here, I was eager to come here and know that I had the space to build this. So I guess I should say the fire pit video was my favorite. And if you go and watch that, and it's not my favorite video, the fire pit video is not my favorite video just because it was my best performing video. But like I said, I was just really excited to build this fire pit. But if you go watch that, you'll be able to see in the background of all the shots the difference of stuff from that video till one of my later videos, like the patio roof build. You'll be able to see quite a difference of the stuff that I've changed here, the projects I've done. I guess I could just show you while the fire's burning. So since I did the fire pit video, pretty much at the beginning of when I started actually building subscribers, I have done the new fence across here. I did this pergola with the swing, built that. I built this patio roof here. We poured concrete, made a new patio back here. I added on this accent wall, added a garden, which that's kind of besides the point. And then there's a lean-to I've added on the back of there, you can see. And this is something new, adding this door. That's kind of a video I'm working on right now. Just working, and I'm going to be putting a window in the side right there too, working on framing it and insulating it and everything, so it'll make a better sort of workshop looking videos. And so yeah, there's numerous projects that I've done inside the house, and yeah, those are the main ones though. Also, I redid our front porch, but all that I've been pretty much going, not just constantly going at projects since we moved, but ever since we moved, it's like just slowly one thing after another. So let's see, this year in October will be 3 years that we've lived here, and it's taken that long to get all this stuff done that we wanted to do at the very beginning, but it just takes time when you're a one-man crew. Yeah, make a fireplace. Oh yeah, I do have a video of making the swing there. That if you watch the original fire pit video, because I have one or two others after that I was just showing some updates I did, so you make sure you watch the updates of it. But if you watch this video, I think the very next one is the pergola and the swing. But yeah, if you make one for yourself, it's a pretty fun project to do, and it's just fun to try it out, and you'll notice stuff that I did that was dumb idea or really good idea. I used ideas off of other people. And there's so many fire pit videos out there. It was a really big topic that is, I think it's still performing. My video is still regularly performing decent, and it's been a big topic for a few years. So there's plenty of videos out there to watch of different methods to use. I think the snowflakes are getting a little bigger. It's probably why this is having a hard time keeping up. Yep, sounds great. Glad I could help you. The two main ones that I looked at, which I mentioned in the title of the fire pit video, was methods I used from, there's a channel called Hacksman. He's a pretty big one. And then there's a channel called How to Home. I think he's really grown quite a lot since I watched that fire pit one. And both of I used the How to Home method because underneath this fire pit is a air intake, and it comes over to the side over here. So I'll show you. Obviously it's not working right now because it's covered in snow, but right here there's a little drain cap I have on it, which has air ducting that goes underneath, over, and up in here to feed air in there. When it's getting really nice and hot, it'll feed it fresh air, and I think it does work when you got really good dry wood and really good heat going. Future projects that I have, I'm not sure if you heard it earlier or not, but right now I'm working on, in this shed of ours, I'm framing it out. I'm almost done with the framing. I've got a window to add right there. I am, after framing, going to run electric through it. I ran 100 amps from our house out to that building, and hopefully I'll put some good electric through it. I want to have a big receptacle, you could say, like a 30 amp or whatever it needs for like a big welder, if I ever wanted to get a big welder. I'll probably also, so after the electric, I'll insulate it. And I actually, in that shed, when we poured, that's another project I did here, was pouring concrete into that shed because it was just dirt floor. And when I did the concrete, I put a foam board in the bottom of that concrete and put PEX through it so it would be a radiant floor in that shed. And that wasn't too long after we moved here. My phone just notified me I only got 20% left. So I might have to end this soon. But so yeah, I did the shed as a radiant floor, and that wasn't long after we moved here, so I've been wanting to utilize that ever since we did that, but just haven't gotten to that point yet, and I hope to be getting to that point after I insulate that. I want to try to set up the radiant floor heat, and then I also want to, there's a company called Signature Solar, I think, and I reached out to them saying if they work with people on YouTube, and so I might be working with them on getting a hybrid solar mini split for heating and cooling out there, which would be a really neat topic to get into. So basically, when there is good solar power, it'll automatically use solar for the mini split for that unit to heat or cool, and then when it's not quite enough power, it'll switch back to just your regular electric. So I think that'd be a really cool subject to get into with heating and cooling that out there. We've actually been kind of steady at 4 to 6 people. That's pretty cool. So I don't know if you can actually tell the snowflakes are getting quite a bit bigger. Well, maybe not quite a bit, but they're getting bigger than they were. Let me just show you a little bit. Ever since I even started this live stream, the trees are getting even more covered. I'll show you. You can see how the trees are really looking neat, and then all the branches on all the brush stuff back there is just getting, it's not nearly as good looking on camera as it is in person. Just, that's how it goes. But as you can see in the chair right here, if I put my hand next to it, we've probably got about 4 inches of snow right now. 3 to 4. Yeah. 3 to 4 inches so far, which I'm shocked that their forecast was actually correct. I'm also keeping warm with my coffee. This is black coffee with honey in it, and just a side note, I'm kind of majorly sold on utilizing local honey, because I don't get sick very often. I didn't before the honey, but lately there's been a lot of people sick around us, and I haven't gotten, which my wife doesn't use as much as I do, and she hasn't really gotten sick much, but it must be our well water. So I did have like one gardening video at the very beginning of this channel, and I decided to separate my gardening stuff, and I'm in the middle of, that's another thing I'm in the middle of. So this channel, I'm just focusing on DIY, the DIY of everything, just building stuff, little projects, woodworking and all that, just whatever, goes along with that. And I was starting 2 other channels because there's the DIY stuff, and then I was trying to keep on brand. So the fish finder, and then the fresh finder. So I love fishing and all that. So that was going to be the fish finder for videos of that. And then I love, getting stuff out of the garden, doing all that stuff. So that was going to be the fresh. But I also love doing like camping and, all that outdoor type stuff. And I wanted to make videos of that. And I was trying to figure out what the best way to include that to sort of stay on niche with the channel. I'm down to 15%. But anyways, so what I'm planning on doing is I'm keeping this main channel, and then I'm going to combine everything else into another one. The Fun Finder. So I'm going, yeah, maybe if you have a good idea for a name for my other channel, basically I'm going to keep the DIY, and then everything else that I do will be on the other channel, which will be gardening, camp, whenever it happens, gardening, camping, fishing. If I do like overlanding, four-wheeler riding, homestead, off-grid, all that type of stuff is what I'd like to do in a second channel. So I just have the two, because dividing it all into separate things, it would be a good idea if I had a full crew behind me, but yeah, so as of your comment, I'm a gardener, and I'm curious how yours went last season and what you're planning for next season. It went well last season, really good. It did get pretty dry towards the end, and technically it is still very dry here because I don't know, it's just one of the things that has happened is I've tried doing some tapping trees for the sap, and this year any of the tree tapping that I've done, there hasn't been anything come from it. And I was doing a lot of looking into that today, actually, and a lot of people in Indiana are fine, and then there's a lot that are not getting anything. So it was saying about basically because we're in a drought right now, that might be the reason, because the trees don't have enough excess moisture or something. So hopefully this next year the garden will be okay, but I'm planning on doing the normal stuff in my garden, cucumbers and sweet potatoes. Definitely planting sweet potatoes. They're actually sweet potatoes that are a continuation from my great grandpa that he grew. They're Georgia Jet sweet potatoes, and I think I asked my grandpa when he started using those, and it was probably from the 90s that he started, maybe even the 80s. He wasn't sure when, but every year those same sweet potatoes have been going on, and my grandpa used them. He kept them going, and then our first summer here, I got some from him that I'm continuing. So basically third generation sweet potatoes that I'm growing every year now. And who knows, maybe a few decades old. But yeah, that's a really neat thing I love doing. I tried potatoes for the first time last year, and then I'll just do all the peppers and some tomato. We might try doing some tomatoes for salsa, specific tomatoes for like spaghetti sauce and whatnot this year. But yeah, I'll definitely be going out the garden again this year. I want to readjust this again because our flame is dying down. It's dying along with my phone. Yeah, that's a little better. Now my hands are starting to feel it. Definitely need to warm them up a little bit. Well, that smoke got right in my eyes. Well, the snow is still coming down. Pretty good. That's kind of nice. Oh no. Oh. Well, if you haven't seen my YouTube short about this Milwaukee pack-out mug, that's one reason that I don't understand why they didn't build it better. It's not sealed, and I had the lid shut, and it started spilling out my coffee. Hey, thanks for hanging around as long as you did. That's pretty cool. It's fun kind of answering questions from comments. Never really done any of that, but cool. Sounds good. I don't know how often I'll go live. I'm not a big live guy, but that's cool. Sounds good. See you in the next video, I guess. That comment by Acapella 30, the fun finder. That's funny. Well, we're slowly dying on our fire here. I am quite shocked a little bit that I actually got it to go as good as it did. But I guess dry wood really helps that. Yeah, my hands are all of a sudden getting really cold. They were fine a while ago. Well, I'm going to check the phone battery. I'm still at 15%. But I think it's winding down enough I'm going to go ahead and stop the stream. So thank you for those that did tune in. It's kind of fun doing live video and responding to comments. But we'll see you next time.